Hi everybody, take 4. Oh my gosh, this is one of those videos that like I'm trying to find the right words. I'm trying to tell you something without, I don't know, I don't even know how to convey this conversation in the correct manner, but I'm going to try to do it because I think it's important. Okay, so first of all, thank you for being here. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Lady. I just turned 75 this last Wednesday. I live just outside of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. So if you're in Seattle, 2.5 hours straight north, come through the border, and we're about 20 minutes away. Thank you for being here. I hope you decide to stay. All my regular subscribers, hi. Oh my gosh. Oh, this one's going to be, I don't know. I guess it's going to be interesting to see what your thoughts are. I was pretty choked. So, but I'm going to try to be respectful and not mention any names. I'm going to try to put the scenario together in a way that hopefully you can kind of read between the lines a little bit and say, oh my gosh. Anyway, it's just something that I think is important to share, because don't ever do this to somebody. Don't ever do this to somebody. So, having said all that, here we go. Okay, well, first of all, Mother's Day, my birthday, and Bill. So it's going to be in that order. All right, so Mother's Day was great. My oldest daughter came over and hung out with me all day Saturday because she was spending Mother's Day with her son. So we had a great afternoon. I got my Baileys for my coffee, and oh my gosh, these most incredible cinnamon buns. I think they're called Sin, S-I-N, Sin buns or something. Anyway, they were delicious. Got my sugar fix for the next year. And then on Sunday, my other daughter came and her family, and we had a fabulous day. The grandkids came. It was fun. Our son wasn't able to make it. He coaches baseball, and it was baseball all weekend, and that is perfectly fine. You know, for me, I don't know, I have pretty great kids. So for me, every day is Mother's Day. I just think they're really, I just feel so spoiled most of the time. So it was all good. And then, of course, my birthday came into it. It's been a really busy, busy week. Okay, so my birthday, so Monday, my son came over because he hadn't seen me on the Saturday, hadn't seen me on the Sunday, and he's the kind of guy. He's a little bit like his mom. If he buys you something or he's got something, he's got to share it ASAP. So anyway, him and one of my daughters bought me this. Look at, there's my handsome guy. They bought me an iPhone 16 Pro. I'm not using it because I had signed up for the photography course on this phone because it's got like the huge camera, and oh my gosh, looks so different from the camera I'm using now. I think this is an XR cell phone or iPhone. So this is really, really like got a lot of stuff I'm not familiar with. So I was going to do the course. I'd signed up for 12:30 today, and then like 2 hours before, they canceled it. Well, it takes me almost an hour to get there. But anyway, I thought, well, might as well just do a video today. Oh my gosh, so what an incredible present. So that was birthday and Mother's Day. Then I also got from one of my daughters, Pandora. Thank you very much. More Pandora. Thank you very much. I love my Pandora. As you can see, I've got my bracelet on. This one, the Bill started me on this bracelet years ago. I got my bangle on with all my grandchildren's birthstones on it. And I got a new band for Mother's Day, my birthday, with a beautiful little charm on it that's silver and gold. And it's a silver heart with a gold heart in it. So, and I got lots of other things. So I was spoiled, very, very spoiled. Okay, what else? My birthday, Thursday, I had my birthday with the girls. I have 2 girlfriends that live on this floor, actually. We're new friends, but it's like, you know what? It's like one of them likes to say serendipity. It's like, it was all prearranged that we were going to meet and walk part of my journey together. And they have just been incredible. Love you, Cheryl. Donna, thank you so much. They did a dinner for me. It was we had so much fun. I mean, we talk about everything from there to there. And they spoiled me. They got me a gift certificate. I talked about this on one of my other channels, videos, not that long ago. Hundreds of dollars for a spa. For whatever I want, spa treatment. And there's a beautiful spa in Fort Langley if you're ever coming to British Columbia, which is not that far from when you come through the border. Fort Langley's been written up it's so quaint, it's so beautiful. Anyway, so that's where I'll be going. I've never tried that spa. So we had a wonderful evening. So I've been spoiled. I really, really was spoiled and definitely pampered. Okay, Bill. Well, he's doing great. Okay, except the incident I'm going to talk about. He's been golfing. Last Friday, he shot, not this last Friday, the Friday before, he shot 82. He went golfing on Monday, but he quit because it started raining and it got cold. But still, all in all, he did pretty good on the front nine. And he was actually golfing yesterday, but he came home because we had friends that were coming in from out of town. So he played 9 holes and then came home so we could go and have lunch with them. These friends, they live in the Kootenays of British Columbia, and her husband and Bill flew together back in the early 60s for 12 years now. But anyway, we've always remained friends with his wife and the kids. So it was really nice that they came to town and we got to have lunch together. So all in all, we're doing okay. On June the 2nd, we go back in for our update with the hematologist oncologist. And on June the 3rd, Bill's going in for another bone marrow biopsy, which is going to give them some more information. But you know, he feels great. This MDS, no pain. I mean, he feels good. Like, he gets tired this because, you know, his blood and everything is off. But all in all, it's like he's really, really doing well. But he has no immunity, so we have to really, really be careful. But, you know, it's like I say to Bill, can you imagine if you just balance this thing for 10 years, 15 years, who knows? Just balance it. I mean, wouldn't that just throw the medical community out of whack? So that's kind of what we go with. But he had a pretty devastating last Saturday. So the reason I think is really important that I talk about it is that if you're ever in the position that we're in, second marriage, Bill and I have been married 32 years, been together for 34. I think it's important to talk about it because, you know, these things come up in families, I think, all the time. But it has really devastated Bill. It was the way it was asked. It was so out there because we are so positive and we have our stuff looked after. Now, of course, when somebody gets sick or somebody passes away, you know, that's all we pray for, is that everything is in order, that a will's made out, that wishes are honored. That's important. It's really important. Leave nobody out there to dry. Do we have some loose ends? I think we still have some loose ends. But on the other hand, we have some wonderful people around us that are able to help. And if you don't, you definitely need to go and talk to somebody. Or if somebody in the family is knowledgeable and it's somebody that you trust and have a relationship with, then by all means include them in that conversation or let them help you get the paperwork or direct you to the correct people to get it done. But what happened and devastated Bill? Now, I'm very different, but I think I would have reacted, well, I would have done differently, but I have a great relationship with my children. I'm very open about these things. I probably a little bit more the other way than Bill is, but that's me. These things are personal, and it's very important that what I feel in this, my thing about what Bill's journey isn't relevant right now. This is about him and how he's deciding to go through it. And it's about me supporting his wishes and the way he wants to go through it. That's what's really, really important. Please keep that in mind, even though it can be really difficult for the person that's watching all of this. Anyway, like I said, Saturday my daughter came over and we had some other company come over. And now normally one individual we've not had in our home for a long, long time because our marriage is disrespected by this, I'm going to say individual, and Bill's disrespected by this individual. And so Bill shut that door. I didn't actually, it was Bill, and Bill's very quiet and doesn't do things like this very often. But it was Bill that made the decision and said, if you can't respect the person I'm married to, if you can't respect the marriage, I can't let you in. But anyway, we've attended things, we've gone to things that we've, you know, that it was a must that we show up. But Bill's been totally disrespected on many, many, many occasions. So anyway, but I said to Bill, let's just put that to rest right now. It's important that, you know, this person gets an opportunity to come and see you and visit you and so forth. He said, oh, okay, great. Well, more than anything, I did it because he shouldn't be out in public places meeting people, God knows where. So that was one of the other big reasons. So anyway, like I said, we had a great Saturday. Everybody left. We had a great lunch that was made by, actually the lunch was made by this individual in my kitchen, and it was lovely and it was really good. Bill was quiet. Bill had been quiet, but I thought, well, quite often will like to have a little snap or something in the afternoons because his blood, everything is off, right? And he's got virtually no immunity. So he does get more tired than usual. So I thought, well, maybe that's why he was being quiet. Maybe he was wishing that, geez, I wish I could just lay down instead of sit here and be visiting. Anyway, everybody left and he was sitting in his recliner and I was sitting there and looked at him. And it was really, really quiet. There was not much conversation. And I looked at him and I said, are you okay? And he goes, yeah, no, I'm fine. And we kind of made this agreement right in the beginning when we were still, you know, like, okay, we're going to go through this journey together and we're going to be honest. We're going to share feelings with each other and we're going to keep no secrets. You know, like sometimes they may say a doctor may tell the patient something and he's not going to share it with his partner or the other way around, which I don't think they can do because it's like confidentiality or whatever. But anyway, he said, no, everything was fine. And I said, and then again, I kept probing him and I said, Bill, everything's not okay. And he just welled up, eyes just welled up. And I went, okay, just a minute. Something is really, really wrong. And I said, what's going on? And he said, do you know what this person said when they walked in the door? Because there was 3 people that walked in. Almost at the same time. And this individual said to him, do you know where you're going to have your celebration of life? And do you want to be buried or cremated? And, you know, as some of you know, on the live, you can see it. Bill played on a hockey team and he's got his golf buddies, groups and so forth. And then she narrowed in on the one group and she says, and have you notified this group, this people, the groups? And I don't even know. Bill didn't. I said, well, what'd you say? He says, I didn't say anything. I didn't answer. I just walked away. And he said, I can't believe that she would just like that out at me. And is it any of her business? Do you know, when somebody gets sick in the family, and I've been here with my dad and I've been here with my mom. So I'm not just thinking that this is how it could be. I'm actually speaking from my own experiences. And I wasn't personally involved in any of them, nor do I ever feel that I should have been because of the circumstances. But, you know, that comes with time as well. But I just thought the lack of empathy at that moment, even the fact that if you disrespect the whole situation, I'm just not sure what makes people think that that that's okay to do, to ask somebody who is, and I don't normally like to say this, I don't like to say it, is fighting a terminal cancer. This is if you really, really needed to, if you've felt that you had the right, if you felt that you had a close enough relationship, love and caring for that individual, absolutely. You may just say, hey, I'd just love to come over and have coffee with you. And you might open a window to have that conversation and say, I just wanted to make sure if there was anything I could do for you, help you in any way, guide you guys or guide you guys in some way. Do you and Liedy have everything organized? Have you done the things that need to be done and in place to at least give you an opportunity to deal with what's at hand and not have all these loose ends that you have to deal with? Like, I don't know, there's different ways you could approach it depending on the relationship. This is something not you throw at somebody in the hallway, on the way in, when you've been an individual that has disrespected the relationship, has disrespected the individual on many, many occasions, and think that this is okay. Take that all out of it. What about empathy, caring, love, consideration, gentleness, kindness? That has to come into it before you start these conversations. It was just so sad. And it took Bill a few days to actually take that all in. So if you have a family member, you know what? I mean, Bill, I have great kids. My kids know my wishes, and they know Bill's wishes, because we all have relationships. We all talk. We see each other. We respect each other. It's important. Bill's sister and her husband, same thing. I don't see them as often as I see maybe some of my friends, but you know what? I trust them and respect them. Absolutely. I don't have no qualms about having that conversation. But they love us and they care about us and they respect Bill and they respect myself and they respect the relationship. Makes a difference, So it was that part of the week really was a downer for him. It was really, really difficult. We got through it. We had great conversations about it. We decided exactly where we're going to draw the line. Yes, I did step in. Yes, I did send a text. I did say, visit, but mind your own business. This is not your business. And you know what? Yep, that's my husband. I love him. He's going through a lot. So am I, but he's the one, he's our focus. And you can't come in here and upset him like that. You can't come in here with no empathy and do this. If it comes from real kindness and love and concern, absolutely, there's always room to come in and have that conversation, but not like that. And if you're really, really concerned and you have somebody that's terminally ill, maybe ask the partner first. Maybe say, have you had a conversation? Is everything in order? Can I help in any way? Like, some kindness, some consideration. Anyway, I know Bill's okay now. I think he's okay. I think it's still in the back of his head. I think it's upsetting that this conversation even had to happen. And be assured, I know what Bill's wishes are. And, I think he's probably going to upset the apple cart with the medical system, and he's going to be here another 10, 15 years. So you might just have to wait, I don't know how long to find any of this out. Anyway, please, 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 if you've got a loved one that's not well, if you have a loved one that's on their own, like your dad's all by himself or your mom's all by herself, and you have a relationship with her or him, please do have that conversation. Do ask, is everything in order? can I help you in any way? Do we need to go to the bank? Do we need to figure things out? Do you have a power of attorney? You know, what are your wishes? Absolutely. I'm not saying don't have these discussions. They are really important discussions. But you know what? Make sure that you have earned a place at the table to have that conversation. Otherwise, it's not yours to have. Anyway, thanks for being here, you guys. Bill's golfing on Wednesday. Thank you very much. Did I tell you he was going in for, we're going in for our next appointment on June 2nd with the doctors. I think I said that. He's having another bone marrow biopsy on the 3rd, so that'll give us a little bit more. But in the meantime, we're just, you know, taking the position. We're going to upset the apple cart with the medical community. Bill's putting in for another 10. Okay, guys, thanks for being here. I really appreciate you hanging out. And please subscribe. I have a lot of viewers that come and watch my videos, but I would love it if you subscribe to my channel as well. And a like. Thank you. Love you. And remember, there is no future in our past. Bring all the wonderful memories. Bring all the really hard lessons, because they're the ones that teach you stuff. Dream and imagine.